telephone and also other inventions like the refrigerator, and I forgot one more invention. And also he has met with very famous people like Helen Keller, James A. Garfield, and Queen Victoria. Where was he born? He's from Edinburgh, Scotland. He was born in Edinburgh, Scotland in 1847. His life has been on music and speech. His mother, Eliza Bell, taught him to play the piano and do art. His father, Mavell Bell, gave him speech lessons, and he taught him elocution and also another speech mechanism called the visible speech system. He had one younger brother named Edwin Bell and an older brother named after his father, but both died from TB or tuberculosis. How his invention changed the world. On the year of 1875, Alexander Graham Bell and Thomas Watson were testing out his invention, the telephone. But the first test failed. But once Alexander Graham Bell poured acid accidentally on his pants, he called Thomas Watson on his invention. Once he heard Alexander, he rushed to tell him that his invention had worked. When Thomas Watson told Alexander the big news, he was going to a convention in Pennsylvania. He'll be taking the next train to his destination in the morning. When he got to the convention, he looked at other inventions like the typewriter and the calculator, and also two new other inventions like ketchup that Henry Hines invented and root beer. Alexander was seated on the second floor, but it was so hot that he was thirsty. And then someone from Brazil saw his invention and was the first one to try it. When he heard his words, he got so excited he yelled out, "This thing can talk!" Everybody heard, and they all wanted to see his invention. By 1876, his invention made a bunch of money that they opened two companies, Pacific Bell and Southern Bell. But those two companies were, they're not here anymore. How is he an explorer? Well, actually, no. This is how the telephone actually changed, he had the office telephone, and then the cordless telephone, and then the cell phone, and then the smartphones that we have today. Next one. You have cell phone 6, Alexander. Well, bibliography, I found only 10 websites that I knew that were good. How is he an explorer? Alexander is an explorer of speech and science because since he was young, he would always see his dad and grandfather doing speech work as a patient, and the science came from really great books about science. And he hoped that he can make an invention of himself. Conclusion. I learned a lot about his life, and now how it was to see the first time the telephone worked, and also learn that you can follow your dreams to your goal. The end, or is it? Questions? Adrian.
Who influenced him?
Influenced him? Actually, I think it was his father. His father really influenced him because, first before he actually got to be an a scientist, he was actually, he worked for a school in Boston for the speech. He taught the elocution and the visible speech system. Alex?
2 questions. One, back to the slide with the pictures of the 3 telephones. There. Which one is one of those his first invention of the telephone?
His first invention was this one is more easier. His first invention was actually the telephone right over here. See, that's where you put your mouse where you speak, and then like there's gonna be wires and stuff like that for a telegraph. And then like they had this telephone that is kind of like you put your mouse right over here and speak, and then you have to pick this thing up and then put it close to your ear. And then this is the telephone, almost like a regular telephone, but not really, like a house telephone. You have to press like these buttons, and then you have to swirl them around and then press them and press them, and then you have to like grab it.
Okay, and my second question was, where is the sites or the websites for your bibliography?
My sites for my bibliography are inside here. Neat.
I have a few questions. One, so you're saying that speech influenced him?
Yeah,
How did that
speech-
influence him?
Speech influenced him because his father actually taught him he actually taught him like speech and stuff like that.